All right, Joe. This one is going to be about biological female nature, biological male nature versus societal function and construct. Now, me and my man Bitter Truth Show, shout my man out. Me and my man Bitter Truth Show, we've discussed this a few times, okay? All right, so let me get right to it. All right. It's been a long held belief that women don't care about looks. All right. That's bullshit. Women do care about looks because looks tell women, certain things about, the man she's either going to mate with or marry or whatever the case may be. All right. So I'm going to start here, and I want to make sure I remember all the points of this conversation. Um, the thing about looks, let me break it down like this. Assuming that a woman has all her basic survival needs met, because that's the point. If she doesn't have those basic survival needs met, looks don't matter. What matters is survival. And whoever has the, resources for survival is who she's rocking with. But assuming that she has all those things met, which represents a good percentage of the women in this country, good percentage of women in this country not starving, they got a roof over their head, et cetera, et cetera. And some of them make a decent wage. So let's go with that. Assuming that all those survival needs are met, it's about looks. Okay. Women are looking for, the guy with, with the look that tells her that he is genetically superior. Genetic superiority is what they're looking for. It's a biological function, whether they are looking for this consciously or subconsciously. This is what they're looking for. Okay. Anything that indicates strength or indicates genetic fitness, this is what they're looking for. All right. And they're looking for that guy to mate with, not necessarily be their life partner, but to mate with. So when they're ovulating and shit like that, that is who they're looking for. And they're looking for, physical and visual indicators of genetic fitness and superiority. And we know who 9 times out of 10 has these traits, on their sleeve. You know what I'm saying? It's the dudes that they tend to fuck with early in life when, reproductive functions are high. And these are the guys that they end up having kids by. Now, these guys who, matter of fact, let me just explain. That is female biological nature. Male biological nature, right? For some reason, we've been told that it is men's biological function to provide for women. That's a fucking lie. It is social function. It is social construct that men provide for women. It is not their biological function. Men's biological function is to bring the genetic material necessary for reproduction. That is the beginning and end of it. Okay. Now, in order to have a functioning society, you want men to, fill out their gender role. And there's not nothing wrong with that. As long as they're getting their end of the deal, like, as long as the female gender role is being reciprocated to the male gender role. Okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But if that is not happening, then the social contract is broken. But men's nature, their biological nature, is not to provide for women, not even children. Their biological function is reproduction, just like women's is. Women's biological function is to have, receive genetic material from the strongest man so she can have the strongest, children with the best genetic material that she can get. And men's biological function is to provide that genetic material and to keep it moving, to find other females to provide genetic material. Okay? Whether you want to say it's right or wrong, it's real. And that's why most of the guys that they fuck with early on, who are in tune with their male nature do exactly that. They fuck with them. They have kids by these guys. You know, these are the genetically superior guys who are directly connected and in tune with their male nature. And they keep it moving, right? What happens after that is they now have to find, now that they have these children, they have to now find men who operate in the social, space, the society's men, society, the socially strong men, meaning the guys who operate well in society. The guys who she's taking genetic material from are not guys who operate well in society. We know who they are. I don't have to say who they are. Let's not pretend and play. Okay? So now she has to find that guy who operates well in the social space, who doesn't necessarily have, superior genetic material. She's filled out that function already. So now she has to find someone who has the resources so that she can survive in society. Okay? And that's not the guy that she originally wanted, because he's not the guy that fills all of those criteria. You understand? But because of that, she's now willing to overlook his appearance because of his resources, because now she's in a situation that she needs those resources. So now she has demands, because now she has to compensate for lack of, attractiveness or, whatever she's looking for in a man, with demanding that this man comes to, to the table with said resources, because she can't just date a guy or marry a guy for his, looks or, genetic material anymore. She's past that. Now, I've often said in something, some conversations online, that men need to be in tune with their male nature, because women are. Women don't have a problem being, the women that just go by their biological duties. They make no apologies about it. Okay? Women are not apologetic about picking who they need or fucking with who they need to fuck with for whatever, needs or wants that suit her at a given time. They're not apologetic about it. They're very vocal about it. And men, they're politicians about how they really are versus how they present themselves, because of, it's frowned upon for men to be, I guess, in tune with their male nature. The funny thing about it is, those are the men that the women find most attractive. Men that are in tune with their male nature. It's to their detriment, but they find these men the most attractive. It's just facts, right? But if men were more in tune with their male nature, they'll realize, in the biological space, they don't owe these women anything. Everything about what you need to provide for women, in the social space, is social construct and man-made shit. These are rules that were created by men for, keeping lineages and families and building society. Okay? I compare men to like the Democrats and women to Republicans. Women are on some Trump shit. They out and out vocal about what they need, what they want, what they demand from you. You understand what I'm saying? And men are, they're Democrats. They try to meet in the middle and be on some Democratic bipartisan bullshit when it comes to speaking to women in relationship conversations and shit like that. They try to find common ground. And that's where men fail at. That's where they fail at, because they're trying to meet terrorists in the middle. You can't do that. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. You need to be unapologetic about what your agenda is. Men need to be unapologetic about what their agenda is, because women are unapologetic about what their agenda is. It's just their nature. And they have been socialized to be vocal about it. And you have been socialized to bob and weave and walk on eggshells. At the end of the day, that's the guy they want anyway. Because the fuckboy is unapologetic about his agenda. The jerk is unapologetic. Then the alpha is unapologetic about his agenda. Because they are in tune with their male nature. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what they are attracted to at the end of the day. I'm hoping I ain't miss any points in this shit that we discussed earlier. You know, we meaning my peoples. But, until the next one, I'll holler at y'all later. This is your boy Marcus 100.